want to get our sound forward, but also match those two vowels. And maybe I'll go a little bit slower. So it's going to go. From the 2D section, so it's gonna go. Can I get an E major chord? Dona, dona nobis pacem. And we're gonna go up, okay? We're gonna start there, so we're actually starting on the Mi, so it's gonna be on a G sharp. Okay. Dona nobis pacem. Okay, and we're going to do that again on that note. But let's start thinking about what we were talking about last week and getting some of that classical bounce in it, okay? So, can I get that note again? I escaped my head.
Dona nobis pacem. 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 Dona nobis pacem.
Good. How are you guys feeling about those higher notes? You don't have to go that high, do you?
No.
No, I didn't think so. But you're doing great. I like your onset. How much time do we have for warm-ups?
You have about 30 seconds left.
Okay, we're just gonna move on. I think, is everyone feeling okay? Maybe do a little like bend around just to get ourselves ready. And while you're doing that, let's take out our Agni stay. We're gonna turn to measure 71. Waking up our body. Okay, so I kind of brought it up during warm-ups, but who remembers what we were talking about last week?
The classical style and the bouncy articulation.
Yeah. Anyone else have some ideas? Yeah.
Did we talk about weight?
Yeah.
Are we talking about weight? Yeah.
Said it, Mitchell kind of said it with the bouncy style. So we're just gonna sing measure 71 through 75, and wake up our bodies, really get that bounce in our step. So can I get the C major and we'll just come in on 71. That was really good. So we're remembering some of that. I think it can still be a little brighter. But this section, does anyone notice what the dynamic is for this section?
Forte.
Forte. But does it say forte through the entire 2B section? Let's look at our music and look through. Does anyone notice where like we might want some other dynamics? Yes.
I think where the music changes at 79. We have
79.
kind of a new idea.
That would be a really great idea. So let's we're gonna take a minute, and if you guys could pair up, and we're gonna do a think, pair, share, and talk about the difference in Le Bon elements, which remember are right up here on the board. And we're gonna take like 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds, think to yourself, then talk about it with your neighbor, and then we'll share it to the class. I'm gonna walk around while you do that.
So I think the beginning of the two sections is like really light, really distant, like kind of disconnected, and then the sections are a lot more.
I think so. I think it's, I mean, it's light, but it's still got, I mean, it's a classical forte. It's got like a classical forte things. I like that connected idea. It's kind of super focused.
Maybe, I don't wanna say rain, but it's just something that kind of breaks, you know?
I think maybe
Kind of like lean forward,
Yeah,
you know?
it's like
Oh no.
I really like that idea. Maybe we'll bring that in later. I really like that idea. But what are some Le Bon elements that go with this? Maybe think about that, and then we'll take about 30 seconds, and we're gonna meet up
Be
as a
glad
class.
as before.
that is almost before.
What about before that?
Okay.
I think
Okay, class, I'll know you guys are ready when you are standing with your music with me. Okay, who has some things that they want to share? Yes.
Taylor and I said flicky glide because it has direction on it, but then it's kind of short when it cuts off like a little flick.
I like that. So maybe like that could go into our articulation. So like on the hot chem is like
Yeah.
a little bit of a flick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a great way to tie Le Bon elements and articulation and diction. Do you guys have it?
We thought that the measure 79 was a little bit more connected than the beginning of the 2D section. We thought it was sort of a glidey dab, because it's still that classical non-legato, but it was more connected.
Yeah, I really like that idea, and I think that could portray a really good difference in our music since we're saying the same words. So let's do that right now. So I want to take both of those ideas, and we're going to start at 71 and go through about the bottom of the 6th page, okay? Can we get a C major chord? Okay. Good. That was really good. I like the differences. Did you guys hear anything that you particularly liked?
I liked what Anna said at the beginning. It was the glidey flick, you said, because it definitely has that flicky feeling to it, but the glide sort of helped me feel the line. It just helped me like feel the growth of the phrase.
I think we could maybe have a bigger contrast between that flicky glide and do you guys say flicky dab?
Yeah, glidey dab.
Glidey dab. Yeah, maybe between the contrasting sections of this 2D section.
Yeah, I like that
Mhm.
idea. Why don't we do that again? And I want you guys, I'm doing my best to conduct with what you're saying, so why don't you guys do it too? And you don't have to conduct a beat pattern, but I really want to see the gesture, even if it's just like a bounce. Like, I want to see a flicky bounce. Like, let's all try a flicky bounce right now. Versus, like, more of a glidey, dabby one. Yeah, okay, so we're going to do it again, starting at 71. C major chord, please. Okay. And I want to see all your hands going. I'll give you a stinky eye. Okay.
Good.
phrases. How much time do we have left?
About 30 seconds.
30 seconds. So, we're gonna just think about phrases. Does anyone have any ideas for just like what we would want the stress to be on just the phrase Dona nobis pacem? Yes.
I think either God or peace, since it's God grant us peace.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, it's just grant us peace. Sorry. So I think peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe like every time, and I think like let's look at the music. Like that's where we have like, at least in the soprano, there's the pacem. That's where you have the dotted quarter notes, the longer notes. And so maybe the next time we do this, we'll do that. Yeah.
That's 12.
Good, comments for her.
Yeah.
I really like your flow. I think you just have this teacher personality about you that's fun. It's fun, but still we're still getting things done. I appreciate that a lot.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciated how you transitioned between different activities. I thought it was very smooth, very natural. And again, if you make a mistake with your gesture, just go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
will.
Mhm.
I liked your warm-up voice. I thought they were good for getting
Mhm.
the achieved.
She got us
sound.
warmed through more of the range
Yeah.
than anybody else did.
Probably because I was
Yeah.
singing soprano and I was like,
I liked your. Oh, sorry. I think that's Skylar who did the. Wee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I did that.
Well, I like that,
But it was
Skylar.
good.
I like that. We
Sorry.
like
Yeah.
I liked it too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Got it from a TED Talk.
you start with the buzzy lips. The buzzy lips are a little tension producing, so it's good to siren the way she did after that. I might do something too, maybe to loosen up a little first before going right to the buzzy lips. I don't know how you feel about that technically. You okay with that? I guess it's okay. Just again, I like what you did, that you kind of loosened it up after we did that, which was good. You nicely model that E. Make sure that if you're going to sing the
Oh, that was
transition
it.
vowels, you keep those pretty too. Don't kind of
Yes.
throw them away. You know, always try to model
Okay.
the best you can. And you did access more range elements, which was good. The Dona idea was good, incorporating the rep into the warm-up and starting it a little higher. You had a little trouble kind of getting
Yeah.
going on that, but it was a good idea. You asked us, how are we feeling, and do we have to sing that high? I mean, I don't know if I'd spend my time asking those questions.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how helpful
They weren't
they
helpful.
are.
I recognized that as I was
Yeah.
saying them.
And then going into the piece, you said, who remembers what we were talking about last week? That's kind of a broad question
Okay.
regarding something. Taking a look at measure 71, what were some of the things that we discussed in terms of articulation dynamics? Or, I don't know, something. Just a little more specific question. We can deal with broad questions because we hone them in, but I'm not sure younger
Yeah.
kids would always be able to do that.
Right.
Clearer cues and cuts with good breaths. And yeah, again, be confident in your gesture no matter what happens. And get more comfortable in your gesture
Yeah.
by working on that. You do have good energy, good flow, good ideas. You make us laugh, which is great. I think you start to tend to get a little high in your voice too. I think you could be a little calmer in your pitch level and in your the way you approach the way
Work
you
on that.
speak. Yeah, and go around being very,
very
like this.
sophisticated.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. She had us talk about ideas in small groups, and something people haven't done, she walked over to the group and kind of discussed with them. That's good to do sometimes,
Yeah.
rather than leave us to our own devices. Sometimes you can guide things in a way that's helpful, especially again with a younger group that you're not sure what they're going to come up with. You're getting better, but you still got some you guys and ums and likes. Keep working on those. You two are going to walk around, you're going to be very calm, and you're going to not use any of those
We're going to
words.
put everyone to sleep.
And then, let's see, you talked about those ideas and you said, let's incorporate them. I maybe needed a little more recap of exactly what that was going to be. I kind of
Okay.
wasn't sure of how we were going to incorporate them, a little more specificity. And then you wanted us to be contrasting, but I never felt, for example, that your piano gesture got small enough. Use more contrast in your gesture yourself
Okay.
to be helpful to us. Good presence. You kept us moving forward. Yeah, some nice flow ideas. You were well prepared. Good. Okay. Yay.